Hey guys, so excited to be back. Whole thing is happening with TikTok right now and I'm just like, ooh, this is my sign to just start posting no matter what, you know? Like things can get taken so easily. I don't want to look back and regret on the things I didn't post. So here I am. Happy New Year, y'all. My last video was kind of just like all over the place. I did my own bleaching my hair for the first time. I'll leave the video in the description if you want to watch it. This video is going to be a little bit different. It's not gonna be like my usual motivational stuff. This is more about like reflection. So we're gonna be talking about 2024. Okay, I literally made this whole video last night and I looked at my face and it had freaking sauce. It's a wrap. Take the video down. Take it down. I was like editing. I was like, ew. I'm sorry, I had some pizza. I was going kind of crazy, okay? But anyways, back to what we were saying. 2024 was a really mentally challenging year for me. That my trauma hit me all at once. And I don't want to forget it because I did make it through the year and I made it out much stronger. And I want to acknowledge that and I want to be able to look back at this video and be like, you're that girl. I have a couple of notes that I'm gonna read on here on things that I discovered about myself, things that I went through. It's important to reflect. The whole point of this video is resilience. I want to make that clear. Yeah, let's just get started, girl. Dude, I literally had demons in my head when I first turned 21. It just like literally I started thinking about like my childhood and I started to realize that it wasn't the best childhood, but I mean it wasn't the worst. There was things that I missed out on, and not because of me. I started to really think about things and I was like, oh my god, that was really bad. Like I was wronged, you know? Like I deserved better than that. I kept having these dreams. I'm like skipping ahead. So if you know me, I have been gardening since I was 16. Throughout that time, I don't want to say it was a blur. Whenever hard feelings would come up for me, I would dismiss them and I would just turn towards that. But growing up, I very much had to just deal with my emotions. I couldn't really talk about them. Not that I was feeling anything because subconsciously, like I had never thought of those things that happened to me. I went into therapy and it helped a lot. One of the first things that I learned about being in therapy was that I was the avoidant attachment. So what that means is that anytime hard feelings come up for me, I shut down and I don't acknowledge those feelings. Just keep those feelings away from me. Like I don't need that in my life. So this started to turn into like hyper independency. I hate asking people to do stuff for me, or like I hate asking people for their time to hang out with me or stuff like that. My therapist was just like, you're not a robot. Like you need your social needs. And I always think back to like when I used to play Sims. I still do play Sims, but they literally have a little bar for their social needs. We all need oxytocin. So coming into that, I learned that growing up, I didn't get a lot of oxytocin. So oxytocin is just the hormone that bonds you and another human together. And I had none growing up. I always thought it was normal. Like whenever I see my boyfriend like hugging his sisters or whatever, I'm like, that's weird. But it's not, because we need that. And I've been working on that. So I've been working on my communication skills. So like, for example, like with my boyfriend, I'm like, I need more physical touch, and he understands that, and it's just become a way better situation than before. Going back to like gardening and stuff. So whenever I would have these hard emotions, like maybe like heartbreak or someone did me dirty, you know how it be going, I would basically turn to gardening, and those emotions would be they wouldn't be up here, they'd be like over here. That's basically how I coped with things, and I didn't want it to be a coping mechanism anymore, and I realized that it was. So, you know, I'm doing way better on that. I do enjoy it, I'm not gonna lie. I do give myself once a month to do that. So it's not gonna be out of my life forever. I just don't wanna rely on it to be a coping mechanism. I wanna deal with my emotions now, because the longer I suppress them, the longer they're gonna do damage to my head and my mental health. It would be really uncomfortable for me to rely on others because I know that I can give myself everything that I need, you know? So when I ask for something and I don't get it, it's like, rah, rah. In my head, that's how it works. Like, I don't need you. Like, I can do everything for myself, and that's how it's always been. And that is a coping mechanism that I've learned to do, and I don't want that to be my coping mechanism anymore. So I've been working on that. People need people, and that's how we work. That's literally what it is to be a human, is to be with other humans. I've also learned patience. Not to say that I wasn't a very patient person. Healing is something that like is brand new to me. Like all of this, like this whole trauma and realizing that I have a trauma, it's new to me. So it hit me all at once. And one of the very first things I like asked my therapist, like, how fast can I heal? Like what can we do to start this, girl? Like, I'm like, get off me. I swear it was like an everyday battle, and I swear like it had me crying at work. Like it was bad, like my mental health and like dealing with these emotions, because it hit me all at once, and I would never go through the emotions. Like I would just swipe them away. So they hit me all at once, and it was very hard, and it was overwhelming. I had to realize that healing is a process, and it can be a lifelong process. There's no rush to heal, because it's a process like everything else. Being able to prioritize and say, Tuesday at 2 p.m. I'm gonna talk to my therapist, that was a very good thing for me, because that literally gave me the time to just stop whatever I'm doing, nothing else matters, and talk about my mental health and where I'm at. It was really effective for me. I had journaled before, but it was getting to the point where like I was going crazy. Like I was having dreams every night. I was waking up crying. I had just realized them. It was a constant like realization after realization after realization. And I was like, oh my God, like my Shayla. I started to read this book that my therapist prescribed me. It's called Toxic Parents. We all have toxic parents in one way or another, and if you don't, you are blessed. But if you want to read this book, I'll have it linked in the description. It's a really good book for everyone. Like, I mean, every scenario that you can think of. No parent is perfect, and we have to stop putting them on the pedestal. Going to therapy forced me to ask for more oxytocin from people, and then I was able to open up to my friends or my family about what I was going through. Like, me and my brother had gone through the same thing, and it was so, oh my God, it was so hard. It was so hard to communicate these, because we had never talked about it, but it's very much a thing that still affects us to this day. So I never wanted to bring it up. That's literally trauma bonding. It was good. It's a thing that we went through together, and it's like he is the only one that I can relate to. Like, we can relate to that together, because we literally went through the same exact things. So vulnerability is something that I had a problem with, and it's become way better. It allowed them to understand me a little bit more. I also learned about like what triggers these feelings, and it's like I try my best to know that they're triggers, and to know that it doesn't have to affect me, and it doesn't have to put me down for the rest of the day or the rest of my life. I just come more to terms on accepting my life for what it was, because I can look at the bad things and I can punish myself for something I didn't do to myself, and like I can carry that, but that is not my wrongdoing. It's not me. I am responsible for taking care of myself, my mental and the feelings and the trauma, but it is not my wrongdoing. I'm not going to be carrying it around as if it were mine. One of the two things that my therapist told me that I will always remember is, the first one is, their love costs more than what it's worth. And the second thing was, you know how I was talking about how like I would ask her, how fast can I heal? Like, how fast? Like, I want to get over this. Like, I don't care to do this anymore. Like, it's been in my head for like months. I don't want to do this anymore. Like, I don't want to struggle with this anymore. And she was like, let's just think about it as if you were to break your leg. You can either go to the doctors and you can put a cast on it and it can get better and heal faster, or you can go home with that broken leg and you can suffer in pain much longer. Also, this was a really big one for me, because my identity is something that I truly value. Like, I love being able to say that I'm Anaí. I was like, oh my God, I'm all these things, all the things that I'm very proud of myself to be, because of the thing that happened to me. And it's like, yeah, but no, like, my mom made me to be very, very independent. She tells me, like, out of everything she did, she raised me right, and she raised me to be independent. She always tells me that she's proud of me, and like that she never has to worry about me, because she knows that like I'm good by myself. Like, I have ambition and stuff like that. Very, very sweet. I love her so much. Like, I love my mom. Like, my brother and my mom are the two people who are just like, oh my god, like if I can't die without giving them the world. Like I can't die without buying them a house, buying them a car. Like I cannot die without getting them out of work and enjoying their lives forever without having I can't do it. So here I am. I also realized that I was self-sabotaging myself a lot in my relationships, and I would let things slide that kind of questioned my self-worth. And for me, I'm a big advocate for like knowing your worth and like self-care, self-love. I'm so much better at it now. I basically had to go through all my relationships, my past relationships, to understand that. And like now I'm with someone that like, oh my god, like I'm so grateful to have a partner that is just so like, he understands me, like he knows, like without me even saying, he knows that I need my me time, like I need my self-care time. He is everything that I didn't get growing up, and that like heals like my inner child. I don't want my trauma to come in between me and him. Overall, I have taken responsibility of my trauma. It is not mine to carry. Whatever someone did to you, that is theirs to carry throughout their whole life, and karma will do its thing. Karma will do its thing. I know it, girl. I know it. Because every day is a new day, girl. It's a new day. Yeah, so change the narrative. Think of all the people that were there for you, who are still in your life, who you're very grateful for. I think I went through that to be able to have so much gratitude for them. Coming back to the word that I said in the beginning, resilience. Have resilience to get through the hard things, because there's so much more that I haven't experienced, and that is going to be so good to me. Hopefully that was the hardest year mentally for me, because now I know how to take care of myself. Now I know how to properly take care of my mental health. I just feel like I'm getting my spark back, and that is so nice after a year of that. Like, ooh, girl. So 2025 is a new year, and it's a new start. It's always a new start. Every day is a new start. So choose what you want to do with it, and choose to be positive. Choose to look on the brighter side and change that narrative for yourself, even if it is really hard. But yeah. I think that's all I want to say about my 2024. If you watched this whole video, I'm sorry, girl. No, I'm just kidding. Thank you for watching. I really love being on here. I am gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. I literally told myself that I had until 23 to become a full-time content creator, and that's what I'm doing, girl. And that's all I can do. So yeah, if you thank you for watching. If you did, this was like not my basic video, but now you guys know a little bit more about me and what I went through in 2024 and what I accomplished in 2024. Yes, even changing your words has a whole impact on everything else. So thank you for watching. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more content with me in it, give it a subscribe. No, if you want to see more content with me in it, hit the subscribe button. I will see you guys in the next video.